Shanann here. Welcome to Peril Women Radio. I'm Amy. What you just saw was something that I created a long time ago. I wanted an opening. Let me see, when did I create this video? I created it I created it 7 months ago. It doesn't exactly tell me the date. However, I just saw this morning that Nickol Atkinson, Shanann's best friend, has returned to YouTube. I hope everyone can hear me. Let me know in the comments if you can hear me, because it would be like upsetting if I'm just talking into my own apartment to my little dog. Just before, I kept having to move the time back because my little dog needed to go outside. I needed to spray her with this flea spray, which, by the way, takes me back to my senior year when I played around with smoking cloves, and it smells just like cloves, and that's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of my senior year. I have a friend. Her name is Wednesday Lee Friday. At the time, it was Wednesday Gunder. Yes, I actually had a friend growing up named Wednesday, and we would go off and just sit somewhere like at a park or something and smoke cloves and talk about the latest thing we read. Or Wednesday would write poetry, and she would share the poetry with me. We'd talk about what boys we liked, and yeah, good memories. This is what this is reminding me of, this flea spray smell. But anyway, I digress. Getting back to the subject, today we're going to talk about Nickol Atkinson. She's returned to Facebook. I thought we'd watch her live, or her video. I don't know if it was a live or if she just put a video out, but we're going to do that. And then if I feel like it, and if I thought we could watch that video that I had playing in the beginning. It's a Buried with Love episode, but it has Nickol Atkinson in it, and I included videos of Nickol with Shanann and whatnot. I included that with the Buried with Love. It was when I was trying. It's basically like I was like 3 months into practicing my editing, so we'll see how much I've improved. But so yeah, I thought that's what we would do. And so you've got it tuned into Parawoman Radio. I'm Amy, and we're going to talk about Nickol Atkinson returning to YouTube. If you like this content, if you could just give me a thumbs up, it's a free way, completely free way to help the channel out. And it's so much appreciated. And if you like my content even more, if you could subscribe, and if you subscribe, then you need to ring that bell so that you can get notices that I have posted. So here we go.
And haven't been here in a hot minute. It's actually been over a year. Well, almost a year. February will be a year. I don't know how many people still pay attention to my channel, or even me, and quite frankly, I don't care. But I do feel that I have experienced some life experiences that it does help if I share my story, my journey, things that
When I first saw Nickol, if you know Nickol, she had breast cancer, and so right after Shanann's passing, she must have been pregnant at the same time that all of this happened, right? Or am I wrong? She must have been like just pregnant. right? When this whole thing was happening, and how stressful this must have been for her pregnancy. And the right, it was either during or right after she gave birth, um, she found out she had breast cancer. And so she had to go through treatment and all that. And she lost all her hair. She shaved her hair, and then her son shaved his hair in support, which her son is the son that was with her the day that the body cam was happening. And if you don't know who Nicole Atkinson is, let me just quickly tell you that she was one of her friends that she met through her mother. And they both, Shanann got her into Thrive, so they really became best buddies. And she was the one that dropped her off and saw her last, and also the one that rang the bell and called the police the day after to report that Shanann was missing. So that's her. And this is her after she had had her breast cancer, and she had had all her hair shaved. And when I saw her, I thought, oh my gosh, she looked so beautiful. Um, and that red lipstick looks really good on her, and red hair looks really good on her. So that was my first thought when I saw her.
I've been through things that I find helpful, and I think it's time I start doing that again. Like, I've taken a lot of time to think about it. I have definitely worked on my mental stability, because I've had a lot of stuff happen, and I am going to try and keep this.
She must have had such post traumatic stress after that, because all of that string of events that happened, Shanann, her own pregnancy, her diagnosis, having to go through treatment, the um, YouTube channels that have actually gone down the route that would say that she did this to Shanann, or her son did this to Shanann. Just I'm sure she's gone through so much.
Clean, because
She may even have survivor's grief, thinking, like, what about if she had went in the home that night with her to just, make sure she got in and she was settled, or something like that, and maybe something could have happened to her.
there are a lot of people out there that judge us. I can't talk today. Um, on the vocabulary that we use, or how we act, or what we do, and I decided to start using this avenue to help people, whether it just be making them feel not alone, because we live in a very lonely world, even though we're surrounded by so many people. So I decided that I am going to start using my YouTube channel again, and I'm going to start doing things to help others more, because I have done that, but I have kind of stayed off of the YouTube scene simply because, well, quite frankly, a lot of people that are on YouTube are asshats, and they have an opinion, and that's fine. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But what I have learned over the last several years,
People are entitled to their own opinion. However, when
experienced some life
it's
experiences
cruel, or it's hearsay that is dangerous to one's reputation, then that becomes something else altogether.
that it does help if I share my story, my journey, things that I've been through, things that I find helpful, and I think it's time I start doing that again. Like, I've taken a lot of time to think about it. I have definitely worked on my mental stability,
Good
because
for
I've had a
her.
lot of stuff happen, and I am going to try and keep this clean, because there are a lot of people out there that judge us. I can't talk today. Um, on the vocabulary that we use, or how we act, or what we do, and I decided to start using this avenue to help people, whether it just be making them feel not alone, because we live in a very lonely world, even though we're surrounded by so many people.
That is so
It's
true.
actually been
That
over
is
a
so
year.
true.
Well, almost a year. February will be a year. Um, I don't know how many people still pay attention to my channel or even me. And
Hi, Rose. Rose says, I absolutely love her. She seems like a really good person. I agree. Even though she's in an MLM, I believe that she is a really good people. And I believe people in MLMs, they're people that want to be positive and they want forward thinking. And yeah.
quite frankly, I don't care. But I do feel that I have experienced some life experiences that it does help if I share my story, my journey, things that I've been through, things that I find helpful. And I think it's time I start doing that again. Like, I've taken a lot of time to think about it. I have definitely worked on my mental stability,
She said that a
because
few
I've had a lot of
times.
stuff happen, and I am going to try and keep this clean, because there are a lot of people out there that judge us. I can't talk today. Um, on the vocabulary that we use or how we act or what we do, and I decided to
May.
start using this avenue to help people, whether it just be
Oh,
making them
someone's at my door.
feel
I'll
not
be
alone, because it's actually been over a year. Well, almost a year. February will be a year. Um, I don't know how many people still pay attention to my channel or even me, and quite frankly, I don't care. But I do feel that I have experienced some life experiences that it does help if I share my story, my journey, things that I've been through, things that I find helpful. And I think it's time I start doing that again. Like, I've taken a lot of time to think about it. I have definitely worked on my mental stability, because I've had a lot of stuff happen, and I am going to try and keep this clean, because there are a lot of people out there that judge us. I can't talk today. Um, on the vocabulary that we use or how we act or what we do, and
right.
I decided to
Miss Rose.
start using this avenue to help people, whether it just be making them feel not alone, because we live in a very lonely world, even though we're surrounded by so many people.
Okay.
So
I have to
I
stop it really
decided
quick.
that it
Somebody
does
was
help
at
if
my
I share
door,
my
and what just happened was Miss Rose just sent me donuts. I think the word is out that I like donuts. Everybody seems to know this. My neighbor brought me donuts yesterday, and I ate them all. So these donuts are perfect. Thank you, Rose. Thank you so much. Right? I think her hair looks amazing too. It just, yeah, and her lipstick. I like the lipstick. It seems to be that she's repeating things but that's okay because um, I think it was probably a lie that she did. But yeah, we live in a very lonely world, don't we? I had the worst day yesterday that I've had in a really long time. Um, and during that really bad time, I got a message that said, if you can't speak, you shouldn't do YouTube videos. And it just tore me up. It just made me really upset and discouraged. But all the messages that I'm getting today seem to be keep going. So I'm doing that. I have a real problem with I had a brain bleed and I have problems remembering words and um, speaking, and so I struggle with that. I struggle with having a lot that I want to say but not being able to say it. Oops, maybe that's what it is. I keep backing it up when I hit play.
definitely worked on my mental stability.
pop it up there.
And they have an opinion, and that's fine. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But what I have learned over
Right?
the last several years is that you can have an opinion,
I might start eating
and
those
that's all it
while
is.
we're doing
It is
this
an
live.
opinion. What matters most is my opinion of myself. And at the end of the day,
I have very puffy eyes from yesterday, so I put up a pretty picture.
I'm
Back
going
when
to
I
be
had red hair myself.
judged by the Lord Almighty, and nobody else's opinion is going to take a factor into that. So, with that being said, I'm don't know yet what kind of content I'm going to produce. Who knows? Maybe it'll be showing you something that I found and I like and I enjoy, and that maybe you can benefit from it too. Maybe it'll be a life hack. Maybe it'll be a household hack. Maybe it'll be mom advice. I have no idea. But I did want to just like pop on, say hi.
Personally, I'd like her to do all of the above. Hi, Scooby. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm still with Lavelle. And that
They did, Rose.
it's okay that
I
people
just
have
haven't looked in the
them too.
bag to see
And
what the
I have stayed
other
off of
things are.
this network and out of this.
The lady that dropped the stuff off said that it looks like you sent me breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but I didn't go through the second bag.
Community for quite some time because there's so much negativity around it, or at least because of what I was involved in. And who knows, maybe someday I'll actually talk about it, but that's not what I'm here to do, because
I hope she
I
does
was
talk
asked a
about
long
it.
time ago to not, and I've respected those wishes. And there's not really much to be said about it.
Right there. She said that she has a lot to say, but she's been asked not to say them. Who do you think that is? Is it the police that have asked her not to say it? Is it Frank and Sandy? Who is it? Is it her son? Who? That's, I don't mean to sound like an owl, but who?
It's pretty much all out there, but people all have an opinion, and regardless of what I'm doing in my life, or it doesn't matter where it's at, somebody's always going to have an opinion. That's my point, I guess it goes. So now I'm rambling, even though I just came on here to say I'm coming back, and I'm hope that all of my followers that have followed me over the years will continue to do so, and hopefully I'll gain some new ones. And I feel really awkward and uncomfortable right now because I have on lipstick, and it's the lip sense thing. Someone sent it to me. Actually, I ordered this one. Someone sent me some, and
It's really beautiful. Lip stain, another MLM. Why do they always have like really? They really have. Some of them have like just really good stuff, but it's so freaking expensive.
I ordered some to try some different ones, and I'm not a lipstick wearer, so I feel very uncomfortable right now. And part of the reason I chose to do it today.
Where do you stand with MLMs? Do you think like, okay, well, if my friend's doing it, I'm just going to support them because they're my friend? Or are you at that place where MLMs suck? I'm not going to support my friends because they bring everybody down. And they're all pyramid schemes. Where are you in that? Like, where are you on that bell curve? Are you like extreme, in the middle, or on the opposite end?
All
I
I
mean
had it
graph.
on was because
Graph. I don't mean bell curve. See, brain bleeds. We'll do that for you.
I've also learned too that, like, if you want to grow in life and you want to grow in your goals and your dreams, you have to learn to be uncomfortable. And this particular setting, being on the YouTube scene, and like I've gone live on Facebook and Instagram, and I do TikToks, and I'm sure if you follow me, you all know that. But like, I absolutely do not like YouTube. So I feel this is a way that I can challenge myself to, as another avenue to help people. And I'm sure somebody's going to come on here and comment and
just to stop this really quick and say you've got it tuned into Parawoman Radio, if you could just give this a thumbs up, it helps my channel tremendously. And if you like my content, consider subscribing. And if you subscribe, you have to ring the bell to be notified of when I post. And I've been posting daily. Um, I feel like this is a mental health strategy that helps heal, because when you challenge yourself, you heal the brain, and the brain learns to expect new things. Because if your brain starts to just not learn to expect anything new, then it stays in that spot and it doesn't want to go anywhere. And when you challenge yourself, you start opening up new worlds and new avenues. So I'm pretty sure this is why she's doing that.
Tell me whatever things, and honestly, I don't care anymore. I literally don't care. It's literally just your opinion. So hopefully this has helped somebody, and some of you are excited to hear that, and who knows what's to come, but I'm excited to share it with you. So I hope you all have a wonderful, happy Wednesday, and that you're staying warm. It's cold here in Colorado, and yeah.
But she, of course, has that cute Colorado aesthetic, and her sweatshirt has little cutouts along the sides, and she's got cute jewelry. She's done her hair, braided it. She's got some cute lipstick on. So there you go.
Just wanted to pop on here and tell you that. So have a nice day.
Okay. Okay, so that was Nickol Atkinson, and she's, or NA, as Watts Island people know her as. Um, she's she's never Nikki, because there's the mistress who is Nikki, so, or she's NA. So she's returning to YouTube, a place where she doesn't like. She has been, uh, what is it? What would you say? Raked over the coals? Would that be something to, um, would that be accurate? I don't know. I think it would be. Me personally, I think she's been raked over the coals, and so has her son. So, pivoting, I thought this would be fun because 7 months ago I created a video, Buried with Love, and it was episode 3, covering his tracks. And I added extra photos of NA with SHANANNWATTS. And so I thought we could watch that. And yeah, what do you think about NA returning to uh, YouTube? Is it a mistake? Or is it like something that's going to be really powerful? What do you think? Let me see if anybody is saying anything about it. Okay. Yeah, Rose said, I really hope she talks about it too. She should, because I think it will help a lot of people, which, yes, I agree. And then she said, we can't help, but we're so cool in Colorado. You are so cool in Colorado. I want to live in Colorado. I want to give up my island vibe with bright colors. Well, no, I think Colorado is doing the, they have caught on to the glow in the dark and the bright colors. So that's popular in, oh, I gotta go to the thing and start it. That's popular in Florida. So here we go. This is Buried with Love, episode 3. I created 7 months ago, and I put extra video and photo.
Murdered his wife Shanann, Cece. And hours later, he's moving on with his life as if nothing ever happened.
He is texting with his realtor, calling the girls' school and telling them that they won't be coming back to school anymore. He even Googled the lyrics to a song by Metallica called Battery.
Chris is thinking that nobody has any suspicions of what's.
Oh, the battery. What do you guys think about? Was it coinciding that he and his mistress were talking about batteries and he had put his daughters in batteries, oil tanks?
Nicole Atkinson takes it upon herself to call 911.
I believe he thought he could pull it off. Chris might have gotten away with murder if it weren't for Nicole Atkinson.
This is my flesh and blood. This is like what I wanted all my life.
Okay, we're about to watch Buried with Love, episode 3. This is the one called Covering His Tracks, and I've included extra. This is something that I did 7 months ago. I'm creating extra Nicole Atkinson video photos and video footage.
Because I'm concerned about a friend of mine. I dropped her off at her house at 2 a.m. last night, and I haven't been able to get a hold of her this morning. She's not answering the door. She's not responding to text messages, phone calls. I've had other friends reach out to her. None of us can get her to respond to us.
Shanann's best friend, Nicole Atkinson, had a gut feeling that something was wrong.
Alrighty, we do have a call in. Nicole will have an officer come out that way as soon as we can.
And then,
Hi.
here, Nicole.
Yes.
Okay, what's going on?
So my friend, we were out of town for a business trip this weekend.
All right.
And I dropped her off at 2 o'clock this morning. She's 15 weeks pregnant. She wasn't feeling well. And she had a doctor's appointment this morning at 9, and I told her to let me know if she needed me to take her. She's got 2 little girls. Her husband and her supposedly are separating, but she didn't know because she thought they were just having issues. I called him, and I was like, have you talked to or heard from Shanann since she left for work this morning? Because I can't get a hold of her. I called, I texted. Her car's in the garage. Her shoes she wears every single day right in the front door.
She only has one vehicle?
No, they only have the one vehicle in their work truck.
Okay. Dan, are you home? Police department, if anyone's inside, make yourself known.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see anything out of place. I'm not hearing kids. I'm not hearing anything.
The police officers wear a camera so
That infamous looking into the house and seeing that chair with the writing on it.
that they can document the conversations between a suspect or witness. I'm sent these police cams to analyze them to be able to detect whether the person has suspect behavior or demeanor.
She was on top of it though.
Scott, how you doing? So this is the only vehicle she would have? Only one that she would
I
drive?
love this photo of Shanann.
What's interesting is the garage door opens, and instead of yelling out for Shanann, he stops and opens up their car and starts looking through the car.
That's always going to be a sticking point for me. What was he reaching in for? Was he reaching in for her phone and her ring, for just her ring? Was he reaching in to put something in there? What was he doing? And then he snuck in the house and shut the door. And then what was he doing for the minute and whatever seconds that it took for him to answer the door? And was he putting the cell phone in the cushions and the rings on the bedstand?
It's a stalling tactic to kind of gather his thoughts up a little bit.
He then walks in the house and is never heard calling their names, as if he knows they're not home. He goes in the house, he's in there for about a minute by himself, nobody goes in with him. And that's when he comes around and politely lets in the police officer, Nicole Atkinson, and her son.
Mind if I come in, Chris?
They go upstairs, there's no sign of the girls there. They go in the basement, there's no sign of Shanann or the girls.
Her phone?
Her phone's here? Her phone's here.
Does she work?
She
works
touches
from home.
it
Oh,
like her hand's on fire. She knows something is desperately wrong. And there she is, pregnant. She looks beautiful, doesn't she?
home.
Short distance or lifeline.
This could be
That
the ticket
was
to
her
let the
lifeline.
phone behind. But here's the other thing is that he didn't think that was odd, that the phone was left there.
You know our passcode?
I don't know her passcode.
It used to be 2385 and now it's 6 digits.
There's the baby's due date.
I don't believe Chris had planned to have the phone discovered. I think he planned to come back later and make some changes and do what he had to do to make it look as if Shanann was wandering around
He
with her
seems to be
phone.
anxious, as you can see this rocking movement in his body language.
Because you told me that she went on a play date with the girls. And then
That's what she told me.
But instead of frantically calling,
She's putting him like to the fire and saying, "This is what you said. You said this," and looking at him like, could he have done this? Like, did he do something? You know, just that total like thought in your mind, like, is this happening? Just like, I thought we would take a break because I am very invested in the Idaho 4 case. And I thought, like, because today he was back in court, I thought I would take a moment because I saw that NA is back. She has put a video yesterday that she did it today, actually. She filmed it yesterday, that she's back on YouTube. She's decided to challenge herself and bring her back. And we watched that. And now we're watching the episode 3 of Buried with Love.
around asking for help finding his wife, or if anyone.
Well, let's pop back over into the chat and see what people are saying. Also, if you could give this a thumbs up, that would be so helpful to me, or even a subscribe. That would be even better. And if you subscribe, you have to ring the bell to get notifications. Rose said, "She is beautiful for sure, and I totally spaced out the whole time that she was pregnant during this." I know, right? Isn't that amazing that she was pregnant during this, and then after I don't know if she learned during their pregnancy that she had breast cancer, but it was soon after, and soon after she had to go right into treatment for breast cancer. So yeah, she's been through a lot. And she's had horrible luck over on YouTube. So horrible people saying horrible things about her.
And seen her, he's texting people.
He's trying to take attention off from himself, transferring his anxiety onto that phone. Nickol is like a hound dog. She knows something's up. She knows something's off. And she's looking over at Chris going, what the heck is wrong?
Look at him. Her eyes are like, buddy, who are you?
With you.
I'll leave there.
And even her son is over there looking at him the same way, like, dude, what is up?
Was Shanann here then?
Yes.
At one point, the police officer is asking questions about where they might have been, and Chris conveniently walks straight into the bedroom and comes straight out, and on his finger is Shanann's.
And he's pointing it out almost like he's pointing a gun. Here it is. I found the ring. This is the missing evidence.
I still to this day believe that was her wedding ring that he took out of the car.
Was it her wedding ring? What do you think? The neighbor looks at Chris the same way that Nickol and her son were looking at Chris.
What's that?
you just have my camera.
Is this on continually recording?
I get cars driving from this street, and this is him at 517.
Chris, this was another part where I think Chris almost shit his pants. I think that this was one time, and then the time where they're standing upstairs and the police officer radios back And
It shows Chris
looks like
very
he's
clearly
about to
walking
die.
out of the house by himself, backing his truck up into the driveway, and then loading something into the back of his truck.
Something or someone.
What Chris Watts does, he's very purposeful. He goes into the garage, he walks out, he's got a gas can. He goes to put it on one side of the truck, and then he thinks twice, goes, well, I can't really put it there. But you can see him kind of moving, like apparently there's not room for it there. That wasn't going to fit. Let's go around to the other side. Oh, okay, now it'll fit, obviously, between the 3 dead bodies.
Do you think the oil, or not the oil, the cans of gasoline, do you think he was planning on blowing up the batteries? I think that was like running through his mind, that, or he planned on burning them.
Suddenly, this guy who had few words has a lot to say. He has an explanation for everything.
Then Chris started to fall apart a bit.
Chris Watts can barely watch it, right? So what happens when you arrest somebody? Get down on the ground. Put your hands on your head. So he puts his hands on his head, even though he wasn't told. But that was a surrendering moment.
That's almost as if Chris was verbally saying, oh my gosh, I was not expecting this.
And you see him pacing and moving, nervous and anxious. Chris Watts' body language is betraying him.
So right now, police don't have probable cause to be able to arrest him because it still isn't clear where Shanann, Bella, and Cece went. They're never seen.
Hopefully something comes up here. I've never seen him. If he loads his stuff, he normally just walks back and forth because I get him on camera. But the fact that he was in here and explaining to it over and over and over, well, he doesn't look worried. He looks like he's trying to cover his tracks.
Rose and I did a live with this Nate's mother. I can't remember her name, but we did a live. Did we do it live, or I wanted to do a live? Man, it's either I want to do it or we did it. That helps you. Literally doesn't, but yeah, I think we did a live with Verda. We did, or yeah, we did a live because she did something paranormal, and I showed the video.
Police in Colorado have issued an alert for a pregnant mother and her 2 young daughters.
Like, I have no inclination of where they're at right now. Like, if she wasn't here, like, where did she go? I'm just hoping right now that she's somewhere safe.
And when I saw him on the news, I knew there was foul play. There was just a huge element missing with him.
If she's vanished, like, I want her back so bad. I want those kids back so bad.
There was something more to this case.
I'm ready to go
What
back
happens when you arrest somebody?
Point out
And
Police in Colorado.
the look
There was some.
on
Well,
him. Let's
he
watch
doesn't-
him for a
he doesn't
moment, shall we?
look worried. He looks like he's trying to cover
He
his
is,
tracks.
you can tell, a thinker.
Police in Colorado have issued an alert for a pregnant mother and her 2 young daughters.
Like, I have no inclination of where they're at right now. Like, if she wasn't here, like, where did she go? I'm just hoping right now that she's
Anyway.
somewhere safe.
And when
So
I saw him on
after
the news,
this-
I knew there was foul play. There was just a huge element missing with him.
If she's vanished, like, I want her back so bad.
If you want to watch Buried with Love, I have it in a playlist. I have all of the Buried with Loves, and each time I added something to it, like extra photos or like a little montage at the end, which I've done a little montage at the end of this one. It's when I was really learning editing.
I want those kids back so bad.
There was something more to this case.
So that was a little thing that I did 7 months ago to. Ooh, stop
It's like a nightmare that I just can't wake up from. Like, I
it.
want
Okay, so that was just a little thing on Buried with Love, episode 3. I have all the Buried with Loves in a playlist. And I added something to every one of the videos, something extra. So this has been Parawoman Radio. I'm going to pop off. I came on just because I know everybody's knee deep and some people up to their armpits with the Idaho 4 case, which I'm probably up to my armpits with it. And I know he was in court today, but I wanted to do a little thing for the Watts Island people, or just the people that like Nickol Atkinson and are happy she's back. So I played a little video of her talking about her being back at the beginning, and then we went into Buried with Love. If you could give this a like, I would appreciate it. I'm Amy with Parawoman Radio. Coming up this week, we're doing, I think I've got a Weird Watts Wednesday on Saturday. We do Weird Watts Wednesday every Wednesday, and if we don't do it on Wednesday, we do Saturday. So like Saturday breakfast for dinner, and then on Sunday we have a Psychic Sunday coming up, and so I'm really excited about that. And I'll see you guys soon. Okay, bye everyone.